Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Align Plans. Today we're talking about how to set up your notebook in a really quick and easy and efficient way so that you can start using it immediately to help your mental health. So let's get right into this. Today we're talking about my go-to little notebook that has been coming with me pretty much everywhere for the past 3 months, and that is our little traveler's notebook in passport size. So I deconstructed the entire thing, and today we're going to be adding in the essentials, and I will show you a few of the accessories that have made the creative process, which is how I've been using it, a lot more fun. So if you wanted to see kind of what I've been using, how I've been setting it up, and maybe like hint a little bit of what's coming with me for 2025, then just stay tuned and let's just not waste any time. Let's get right into this. So the idea behind this video was actually coming from this thought of a lot of the times when we see inspiration, especially with certain brands like the Traveler's Notebook, Hobonichi's, Sterling Ink, all of these different brands, I think a lot of the times what we're really searching for is actually inspiration and ideas of how that system could potentially work for us in our day-to-day lives. So between like watching a bunch of review videos and setup videos, it can be so easy to get wrapped up in this idea that it needs to be set up perfectly before we can start using it. Now, keep in mind, like if you're brand new to using a traveler's notebook, a lot of times like what it comes with literally is just the actual cover, which is this, and it comes with a notebook. This is not the notebook that it comes with. This is just the one that I happen to have in here. But really, that's pretty much it. You just weave it through and then you're good to go. And a lot of times what comes up for most people is, okay, so what do I use that for? So I wanted to show you, especially if you're planning on using this creatively, if you're using this in more like a hybrid between a planner and an everyday carry that can be just like thrown right into your bag, but also have like a little bit of an outlet for creativity, then I will show you like at least the 2 inserts that I'm using, just 2, we're not adding any more, and some of the accessories that I have that are optional but will make a difference if you end up using them. But please don't feel obligated to use them. I'm going to show you what it looks like when we set it up for the simple fact that I have them. And it would be kind of redundant for me to not add it in, because if I have the accessory, it makes sense that we actually end up using it. Keep in mind though, I do have 2 traveler's notebooks. One of them is my daughter's. This one happens to be mine. So some of the accessories that I have are actually hers. So it may or may not end up in mine, but I wanted to show you anyway so that, you know, if you're kind of looking at what can we get and what would make sense in your setup, then you can have some ideas. So let's pop you overhead and let's take a look. So, and now that the overhead is actually recording, here we are. So I have obviously the cover. I have one notebook. This one is from Yamamoto paper, and I'm about halfway through. So I'm planning on just finishing this relatively soon, actually. I also have, I feel like this is like, it's almost like a cardboard, like a craft paper sleeve that has 2 pockets inside. We have an extra elastic, which is woven together with a wallet. So I recently purchased in my latest haul in the summertime, I purchased this soft leather. I think this is from Leather Goods. That gives you 2 pockets on one side for your credit card or whatever you want to put in there, and then you have like this zipper pocket that you can keep money in there or whatever you'd like. This is optional, but because I bought it, I'm quite excited to actually use this. And for inserts, obviously I've shown you the little booklet, and I have 2 other booklets. Both of them are actually from Traveler's Company. Both of them are undated because I got started pretty late in the game. And again, it was one of those things where I already had the insert. So I was quite eager to actually just utilize what I have first before kind of jumping into, you know, something new just for the sake of buying it. So the first one, this is the blank monthly insert, which, I mean, if I go back to the very beginning of this thing, I started this in July of, I think, 2021 or 2022, somewhere along the way. But I've had this for like a long time. Now we're in September of 2024, and here's the other September, a little bit cleaner. And I haven't actually set up October because honestly I haven't really been using it. I just kind of set this aside. And then the other one that I have is a weekly, where I've honestly, it's just been my little go-to to just write in what's happening for the week, what are the events, keeping it super basic and super simple. So a lot of times I don't really add a ton of decoration in there. Maybe that will change in the future, but I like the fact that I can just kind of dump in all of my appointments and any events and any reminders that are happening in my life, and then just kind of move on. So these are the 3 inserts that we have, and the accessories that I have, there's also 3 of them. Obviously I've shown you the wallet. We also have a clear pouch. So again, this kind of actually mimics this, if you think about it, because on one hand we have like a zipper closure like pouch, and then on the other side you have 2 card holders, but you also have like a large sleeve that holds things. So I guess like at some point we kind of have to decide which one is more important, the leather or the clear pouch. I like having something in there because that can potentially protect our actual insert, especially when you have like a really nice design for your inserts. It's really nice to kind of have that protected. And then of course we also have this paper one, which it's okay, but this I feel like has a very short shelf life, depending on how many times you kind of move things around within your traveler's notebook. Now here's the thing, I'm literally just planning on using this more as like an on-the-go kind of quick little planning session and a quick little journaling session, which I've been really loving this for. Oh, and I also have like a little money pouch. Okay, I'm thinking what we can do is start with the scrap paper, which is what I had initially, and I'm going to combine that with this little booklet. I tried to do this the other way, where I started with the monthly first or with the weekly, but I really didn't like the way that that looked. So this one kind of protects the other, which is really nice. And then for this, for the wallet, I think that we can put in the weekly together with the wallet, and then use the extra band. Where did the extra band go? Oh my God, where's the extra band? That's so funny. Because that came with it. Oh, I dropped it. That's where it is. It got dropped. So then we have this extra elastic, and I like to just kind of put this together and weave this together. I don't think it needs to weave through the notebook, but I think it helps if it weaves through this. I know I'm not setting this up the most professional way, but here we go. And then when you look at it, it kind of looks like a little planner sandwich. Sometimes if I'm feeling up for it, I will add the little monthly. Right now, I really don't feel like adding it in because I'm on this thing where I really don't want to like overload the actual setup. I want to kind of keep it as clean as possible. So I do like adding the money clip, and sometimes if I feel up for it, then I would use my little Kaweco Sport, which is, it's actually been like my go-to pen to use with this entire setup. And I just clip it on and you're good to go. Now, the thing is, the reason why I wanted to share this is not because this is some miraculous new development of how to set up a traveler's notebook. I understand that. But the reason why I wanted to show this to you is because if you're finding yourself continuously going down different rabbit holes of seeing different creators, setting up different like creative elements within their like journal and their planner setup, it might just do the thing for you that it has done for me in the past, which is leave me in a sense of comparison and overwhelm, and then I freeze and I don't take action, and then I'm actually not benefiting from having set up my traveler's notebook. Right now I'm talking about the traveler's notebook, but this actually applies to anything and everything that you find yourself procrastinating on. A lot of times it doesn't take very long for you to set up your notebook. It doesn't take very long for you to get started with journaling or with planning or having like a little system that's on the go. A lot of times what actually stops you is that you don't take action until that system becomes perfect, until you add all of the little accessories. Now, keep in mind, like if you are, I think I might actually leave either this or just load this one up with extra accessories. So the extra accessories that I'm talking about that I like to add in here, that is absolutely worth mentioning. Now keep in mind, this is optional. However, I know most of you will have accessories. I know most of you will have stickers and washi tape sets and things like that. So I already have some washi tape sets. If you're adding in washi tapes, I would recommend setting it up like this, where it's on a little card, because then it doesn't take up a ton of space. Some dot stickers, obviously, and any themed stickers that you wanted to add in there. It's nice when you kind of switch it up so that you're not, again, you're not overloading your system. Add in a few, see how you go. See how well it goes for you. See how that system works for you. Give your system a chance to succeed or fail on its own merits without feeling like it needs to be perfect. Like this idea that it needs to be perfect before you get started, before you take any action, it's crazy to me, because you're missing out on the experience of even just like figuring out like, hey, do I like writing in this? Do I enjoy the experience? Is it annoying? Is it too bulky? Is it too small? Do I need more things in there? All of those questions get answered once you kind of take one step towards just setting it up, taking it with you, and see what happens. But a lot of the times, isn't it nice when you have something with you and then you can like, oh my God, I had like the greatest idea. I wish I could write it down somewhere. Here you go. You can write it down in here. And we didn't make it super bulky so that it doesn't feel overwhelming. So if you're struggling with this idea of perfectionism, if you're struggling with this idea, this concept that something needs to be perfect before you can take action, before you can utilize it, you're never giving the tools around you a chance to actually become part of that healing process. A lot of times we compare because we feel insecure about what we have and how we can utilize it and how it can be helpful. And help is one of those things where you need to surrender to be able to receive help. So just keep that in mind. I want to share this, not because we're spending too much time on the creative side of things, of setting things up, but because I thought that it was important to help you get out of that comparison and get you out of that sense of overthinking and overwhelm, that you need to have like 1,000 different accessories for one system to work. In fact, the simpler it is, the faster you can get started. And over time, you will find that you will naturally going to be collecting different ephemera, and you're going to be collecting different stickers, different decor. You're going to give it a chance to really grow into your own practice. So I hope that you have found this helpful. If you're finding videos like this helpful, please let me know in the comments. I would love to make more like this for you, where we're really talking about more of the psychology and the mentality and the mental health benefits of a lot of these analog tools, rather than just talking about the decor and how to kind of set things up in a way that it becomes like functional. So yeah, let me know in the comment section. This is your question of the day. Let me know in the comment section, what is one step that you're going to be taking today to have some sort of a system set up that can help you today? I would love to know. Yeah. And in the meanwhile, just keep planning, keep journaling, keep doing all the things, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.